the current company? Maybe just a brief introduce yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for inviting me to this panel. I'm very glad to share my experience how, like, as a career switcher, how I land a job and with the system from WeCloudData. So my background is previously I'm a research scientist in chemical engineering. So my major role in that job is to um, quite a lot of chemical reactions, mainly working in the lab, and very detailed in microscope of the reaction engineering. So nothing related to machine learning, nothing related to Python, and well, it's been um, after that, yeah, I heard this promising industry like data as a data scientist. It's like in due to a lot of reasons, I believe of you when you think about to switch your career, it's a quite big motivation there, and one of it might be the pay. So yeah, and before I don't have any experience related to coding, related to machine learning, and I heard this from my friend, and I um, I see some friends they with the same background with me, and they transfer or they successfully transfer from chemical engineering to data scientist. So I'm thinking maybe I also can try. Then I start to looking for a bootcamp. So based on their experience, I feel bootcamp will be the fast way and effective way to landing a job, like to mm, to gain a success in landing a job in data scientist. And then yeah, I also looking for quite a few different boot camps, and finally select WeCloudData. And yeah, and currently I'm a data scientist working in a cybersecurity company for 8 months. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, so I have some questions for you, and also for the audience, if you have questions, I think this will be very good opportunities for you to get some insight from Maggie, and she can, I believe she can share the tips and how she able to get a job offer, and what kind of experience she able to reach the goal as data scientist, and feel free to ask your questions. So first question is relevant to your daily work. Can you just simply give us the example for the tools? You don't need to give us the other information, just like what kind of tools you been use for daily work. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So for my current role, I mainly use like quite a lot, like MapReduce, Git, Bash, Python definitely, Pandas, different machine learning models, but mainly focusing on um, classification models and some and feature engineering and some data analysis, but I rarely use SQL for now.
Thank you. Do you need to do you use any tools for the visualization? Are you using Python library, or you do need to using like Tableau or Power BI or QuickSight?
No, I don't need to use Tableau and Power BI. Like visualize, even for visualization, it's a small part. Just it's better like to visualize the data. The purpose in my current role just present the data for better present the data analysis. But yeah, for my current because this role is under Department of Research and Development, so we don't have like I don't have a lot of connections to the the products and to the our client directly.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So next questions. So uh, could you share details about your professional background before enrolling in our data science programs? I do recall you mentioned a little bit about your background. Maybe if you can dive deeper, like how how is your job search at that point, like for the education you graduate from, is there's either to land a job or still it's very hard for you to land a job at that time. And also,
Oh,
yeah, so and also can you just give us more information, like what's the most important reason you make decision to go into the different background, professional background to pursue the data scientist position? Yeah.
okay. Oh, sure. Yeah. So, sorry, I forgot to mention. So I was I'm a Chinese and I studied in Canada for many years. And since 2014, and I did my master and PhD both in Canada and well, all in chemical engineer. And after that, I go back to China, work for 2 years as a research scientist, still in chemical engineer. And the major motivation I want to transfer to a data scientist because I want to find a job in Canada, especially in Vancouver. And I realized the job market in Vancouver, not much mm, job related to chemical engineer, and especially for a PhD. Um, and also the pay is okay, well, but based on like as I mentioned, I see some friends they I can see like as a research scientist, I always need to work in the lab and deal with chemicals. So there's also another risk exposure. So yeah, a lot of these reasons, I feel like I want to have a more free time. Like as a data scientist, you work mostly you use is your computer, your desktop, laptop, and you can work anywhere. It's very convenient and also it's a good pay and it's like machine learning, data scientist. It's more related to AI, which is a very hot field and promising field. So I think mm, it's a right choice. And like after the 2 years, I transfer from mm, uh, chemical engineer now as a data scientist. It, I feel very happy to land the job in data science field. Yeah, I still
Hello.
think it's the right choice. Yeah.
Oh, hi,
Hi.
Matthew.
Maggie, I just had a question about um, your experience with the coding interview. Um, how much should I be preparing for that since I've already finished a data engineering certificate? I'm just curious as to like what your experience was of doing the coding interview, particularly the
Mm.
like algorithms questions.
Uh, I think it's a very basic Python questions. Um, so yeah, the coding. Um, Actually,
Mm,
in my interview, I don't complete all of the coding questions, and but even though you can try to like, as a career switcher, and previously I don't have any coding experience, so what I gain is the coding skills just in 1 year. And so it's some of the coding questions, like for the interview, you need to complete in very short time, limit time. So some of the question at that moment I cannot answer. So what I did just write down the logic and how to solve this problem, how to get the coding output. Well, I think we will have a mentor for your interview who will guide you, and there's quite a lot of exercise for you can practice your coding skills before the interview.
Yeah, because I've been doing like a lot of leak code, and like I've a similar background as you. Like I didn't start with a computer science degree, but then I learned Python on my own, and I was just curious as to like what type of interview questions that they have, because I've seen on leak code they've used they have linked list trees. There's a lot of list questions, a lot of sorting questions.
For me, yeah, sorting, but not trees. Like I didn't face to in very challenge coding questions.
Yeah.
But most of the interview, like if you do the online assessment or live coding, they are like easy to medium, I would say, the difficulty level for the
Okay.
coding. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a big difference for data scientist requirements versus data engineer. So the engineer require intermediate or advanced. But normally there will be 3 stages. The first one will be phone interview, and they just confirm if you are still available for interview, and you may have to solve the coding problem in the second round. For data scientists, sometimes take home. Or like you can complete using like a 3 days, 2 or 3 days. And the engineer may be different. You have to do the lab coding to complete like a different requests of the different like deep questions. Yeah. So I would say the
Yeah.
engineer do need to prepare more to pass
Yeah.
coding part.
Because people say like even the easy questions on leak code are hard, but it's relative. Like people say trees are hard, but it's considered easy on leak code. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. But I find that with just practice, it gets easier over time.
And also the most important thing is just go to more interviews and you
Yeah.
will get at like what kind of questions they may ask. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Well, I can just say as well, Maggie, like I have a similar background. Like I studied chemical engineering. But instead of doing data science, I've chosen to pursue data engineering. Yeah, but I feel like there's similar concepts in chemical engineering because you have, data pipelines, right? And so you're dealing with, transferring data rather than, having water go through a pipe or, similar concepts, I feel.
Yeah. So you mentioned you in science, in science degree, right? So yeah, I think definitely you will have the ability to handle like the position of data engineer. But I also feel data science it won't be that difficult. Like if you have the major logic of like how to doing research and how to solving problems. But yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, the pipeline. So there's different kind of pipelines for as a data engineer, you mainly focus on the data to clean the data and yeah, using a lot of different skills. But yeah, it's just a different focus.
Okay, thank you. And yes, if no more questions, let's move on to the next questions. And again, so if you have any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself or post your question. We hope this event can bring you some insight and some knowledge, and it will help you to reach your goal for the data fields. Yeah. Okay. Next questions and is about before you joined to the bootcamp and how much preparation did you prepare?
So as I mentioned previously, I don't have any coding experience, so I can't tell you my timelines. I have the idea to switch my career is starting from 2022, early 2022, so around March sometime. And then at that moment, I looking for different for boot camp, and also talk to my friends. And then I know I has to like Python is a fundamental, so I has to learn Python. Then I spent like around 3 months, 3.5 months, because at that moment I still have a job to do. I don't have a lot of time like in daily spending on learning Python. But roughly take 3 months to a half year. I just listen to the online courses, understand the basic of Python, and do some practices from like the exercise in the LeetCode. And then around yeah, and I registered quite early in WeCloudData. So I was graduate in B17 bootcamp, but I registered around October, and the class start in January in 2023 January. And in the from October, like there's 2 months gap. I talked to the staff like Adam in WeCloudData, and I know there's some resources that you can use to learn the basic of machine learning. There's resources of machine learning models. So I just watch on that, and then until like 2000, January 2013 is the bootcamp start. So basically, I spent some time learn Python, which helped me because the bootcamp only lasts for 3 months, and each week is a new topic. So it helped me a lot. When I joined this bootcamp, and to like not that struggle in Python. But rather than that, I like for SQL, for machine learning, I don't have much experience at all.
Thank you. Yeah, so most of students, majority have no background. Like some student has background can land job fast. But again, it depends on how much effort you can put into the learning and how much effort you can complete projects, right? So the last thing will be leave to the interview. I think that's most of our students like a career path. Yeah, thank you for sharing that information. Actually, I don't know the details, but I glad you only take a very short term to able to land a job, and we are all the faculty teams are very happy to see you to make this achievement.
Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome. And let's go to talk a little bit more about the bootcamp, like also understand like how much time you may need to spend on the learning. How you feeling, like how intensive was the bootcamp, and how many hours did you spend like a day or a week on learning?
I have to say the bootcamp is intensive, as you can imagine, quite a lot of skills and knowledge and practices you need to do in the 3 months. But I feel it's good because you pay all your attention in the one thing. And for me, I think because at that moment, the only thing I need to do just take the class and do exercise and learning. So I put all my effort on this one task, is attending the data science bootcamp. So I spend all my day. I think sometimes 8 hours, sometimes 10 hours a day, depending the schedule and how much I gain. That like, cause if you see the schedules of the data science bootcamp, each week will have like upgrading the top. So each week we will have the top slightly different topics. Well, it's kind of upgrading your skills from fundamental to the entire skills for skill sets for the data scientist. So yeah, it is intensive, but as a career switcher, if you already consider to switch your career, you have to make effort, you have to spend time, and you cannot rely on just attending a boot camp and didn't put effort on it. It won't like to reach success. You have to make effort, definitely.
Thank you, Maggie. Yes, I think that's most of students are, you had to, I would say, like a very self-motivate, because you invested money and time and you want to get a return as soon as possible. So first of all, it will be lots of topics being addressed during the lectures, and it will be I will say it is in different, like in the personal feelings as person, you may feel a little bit overwhelming sometimes. It's a normal, because you are just transition from not relevant to background to the data fields. There are so many things you never use, and you will continue repeatedly learn new things in these 3 months. Yeah, so you will feel intensive. But I believe like at the end of the course, for the most of students, you will get comfortable with this intensive, and it's part of the learning, part of the way it shows to prepare when you go to the interview, when you prepare for land a job. There are always new things you need to learn, and during the boot camp, you can adjust your expectations, right? So you will expect the next tools or next technique. You may not know all the area, the data set, but after you complete this boot camp, and it will actually give you a confidence to handle this very challenged problem, and you not really get scared or frustrated or overwhelming with new knowledge or new tools. Yeah, so the hours is also like 8 hours, 10 hours. That's really depends on your personal plans. If you can put that much effort, that will be great. If you can't, you can just make a less time in the date, but you may want to spend like a more effort over the weekend, right? So I will say like everyone have you can have your own plan, but the goal is for you to learn as many and get the learning habits, create your own learning habits, and get ready to learn like a new thing without any like fear. Yeah. Let's move on to the next questions. So please provide additional insights into your personal journey and the experience that brought you to where you are today.
Yeah, I have some say. It's not easy to like as a career switcher, but I believe like I gain a lot of help and from this boot camp. And as I'm so for me, I have the classes in the morning, and then in the afternoon we have the Q&A session, and you can have the support from the TAs and the TA at that moment. is Alex. He's super helpful, and so additional insights, I have to say, like depending, like everyone has it, you may have your own plan, you have your own schedule. You may thinking maybe 3 months, half a year or 1 year to do that. That's totally fine, because for me at that moment, I will be anxious if I don't have a pay. So I try to land a job as soon as possible. So I do pay a lot of time and effort on learning and exercising. And I believe your own motivation and learning, don't be afraid of learning. So because this data science industry or like AI industry, it it developing very fast and a lot of new tools coming. So you can assess yourself and don't be afraid of learning new skills. So I believe quickly pick up new skills and like knowing how to use the different tools will be important, because and also self-learning is also very important even in my current work. I learn new things quite a lot. So don't be afraid, and don't you have to have an expectation that you need to keep learning new things and using new tools in your career.
Thank you. Any questions? If no more questions, let's move on to the next one. So what was your bootcamp experience like overall?
I feel it is very good, and I feel it's right choice to attend WeCloudData, because I, as a researcher, even like every time when I make a decision, I always do quite a lot of research and a lot of investigations. I see different bootcamps, different data science bootcamps held by different institute, and so so at that moment, I decided to join WeCloudData because the major the most important I feel is the real climb project, because like knowledge, you always can find free information, free knowledge online. You just need to collect and search and get those posts and learning if you are very self-disciplined. But in Canadians industry, they do looking at your past experience. So it's pretty hard as a career switcher. It's pretty hard to gain real industry experience. So I think that's the most benefit things you can gain from data science bootcamp in WeCloudData. And also, I feel like this bootcamp it cover most of the skill sets you required for this position. And I do like the TA support, as I mentioned. It's so every day in the morning you spend 3 hours to learn, and in the afternoon you can quickly to digest those knowledge, and if you have any questions you can feel free to ask, and the TA is very helpful and very supportive for me. I always feel like trying to figure it out by yourself, but if you're not able to do that, there is always an assistant behind you to quickly solve the problem. So which makes that's why you can like gain different skill sets and earn this knowledge in 3 months, because every day you are gaining new skills, you are learning, you are digesting. So I think that's very important things, and also make you like speed up your learning.
Thank you, Maggie. So if no more questions, let's move on to the next one. Again, feel free to ask your questions. It's not limited by the bootcamp. You can just ask any relevant job search or any questions, and our alumni can share the experience with you. So another question is, how much did you learn from the bootcamp instructor, and how much learn on your own?
I would say after joining the bootcamp, most of the thing I learned is from the instructor, like 70%, I would say from instructor, and then 20% from your classmates, because we have presentations. You can see for the similar projects how the others solve the problems, and give you ideas like and thinkings from different ways. And also um, a little bit part I learn well when I'm trying to solve a problem. I'm searching online, so maybe I can find that's in the process. I can gain some others like from Kaggle sometime. So, but inside the boot camp, I would say most of the skill sets and knowledge learned from the instructor. Uh, and well, that's just a start. With this fundamental, with the once you enter into this field, then in my daily work, I'm able to pick up new things quickly.
Yeah, thank you, Maggie. Yes, I believe totally agree. So you learn fundamental in the bootcamp, and but the disadvantage during the bootcamp to say is you don't know how to apply your knowledge, and also convert it to our own knowledge. So that's why we have some projects for you to complete during the bootcamp. It's portfolio project, including for the Python, machine learning, and big data. And once you graduate, and there will be a real client projects. Again, so it's part of your work experience. With that experience, and you will find more connections between what you're able to learn and connect to the real world problem. The part to get the benefit for the client project, you not only to understand how to use your knowledge in the real world, and also you will receive feedback from the project managers or project lead, or even the owner of this the client. So they will give you the very honest feedback, and with that feedback you can get more, maybe work improve your project, improve your models, improve your code, and you can showcase how much you can contribute to this project when you go to the interview, and you have very good experience and the storytelling for you to pass interview.
Yeah, no problem, Matthew. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So I have another question. Would you consider doing it all along? Had you known the curriculum and the learning parts?
So as I mentioned, I feel like joining WeCloud Data Science Bootcamp is the right choice. So even now, I feel it's still worth it.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm not that self-disciplined, and yeah, I can't delay things, and so there's a tight schedule to push me, and also I need the environment, like learning environment as a class, have activities, have inter communications, which is very important for me. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next questions. Did you work on the real industry project?
Yes, I did. And I feel the real industry project is very important, as it's the major project, one of the major project on my resume, and that's a project I was being asked during my interview. So it's very helpful for me to landing a job with this real industry project.
Thank you. And how long it took you to land this current job? You can give just a rough time.
So I complete the bootcamp around in early May, and then I start sending out resumes around June and early June. Yeah, and then in the one more month after sending out my resume, I just keep posting, and around one more month, I didn't receive any response from these jobs. But after that, I got a few interviews from different company. I think 4 to 5, and finally land a job in August, and I start in September. So I would say 3 to 4 months, yeah, after graduation.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so majority student able to land job in average in 6 months. So Maggie is one student able to land job fast. And also I think the time when Maggie started to search for a job, and at that time job market is still very good. But in the last year, it will be a little bit tough for all the students. Like as we can tell, it take a longer time for student to land job, and but still I constantly receive the good news for our students who are able to land a job. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. If it's a hard time, you still need to work harder in the client project because you are still get more experience, and that experience help you get the interviews. And when this year, actually in earlier this year, there's more hiring for our students, and also more job posts. As I mentioned, we constantly share the referral chance in the channels for different programs, not limited by the data scientists and the different programs. We do have a client. We do have clients. They hire our client project student directly. Yeah, so we do have one student like who directly got hired from the client he worked with. Yeah, so in the end of the day, as long as you have strong like a motivation to the learning, and you can contribute or commit to the commitment to your client projects and the delivery the project, and you should be able to land a job. Okay. What skills help you pass the interview?
Oh, that's a large question. What skills? I think quite a lot. You need to be well prepared. I think for interview, cause you know, like currently there's ChatGPT, there's quite a lot of tools. Even maybe you feel your coding is poor, or like for me, I cannot say I'm very strong in coding. But I think your logic has to be clear. Always be clear to understand what is the problems you're facing and how to solve the problems, and what and and learning skills always be important as well. And for the interview, I think be prepared, be well prepared. So for me, every time because I treasure the opportunities. So for every interview, I prepare. I just spend a day, sometimes a day or even 2 days, just looking at my resume, trying to ask questions. So as long as the questions you can think of, it could be the one being asked in the interview. So everything you write on your resume, you has to fully understand or or deeply understand the logic behind it. That's very important. Yeah, always be well prepared, I would say.
Yeah, thank you for sharing it. Yeah, they do take tons of work. I believe like when you go to interview, our mentor can give you some of the advice. They cannot be right beside you when you go to interview, but they definitely can give you a big picture, give you guidance on how to prepare and pass the interview. So I think that's the one of the last few questions. What was the most important factors in becoming a successful bootcamp graduate?
I think we already covered it, so I will say like learning, work hard, and yeah, prepare yourself and keep learning and don't be afraid. Yeah, a lot of things, but I think don't think about too much. Yeah, just do it, and finally, eventually, you will get there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the feedback. Yeah, so totally agree. So there will be the most important factor to become successful. I think as Maggie mentioned, you have to like put as much effort as you can, because it's not only you go to the courses and you just watch the YouTube, you will land a job. You still have to find the way to use that tools, right? So you have to get a right environment, get the right motivations, and like hard work. It also had to be very efficiently, right? So because we cannot memorize everything, there will be some tools you need to use and repeatedly maybe solve the same problem, similar problem, also part of the importance. And once you convert your own knowledge, you have to be able to explain it well, communications, and I think it's one of the most important skills for you to pass interview, to explain like what you're able to accomplish. And that's why the experience in the experience in the reclam project can give you an idea like what kind of questions you need to prepare, because you just can't do it every day. So you just describe what you do in the daily for the projects, and it will can help you to pass interview. I think that this part is more about your personal life. How has your life changed since graduating from WeCloud and entering the industry workforce?
Like learning and working is slightly different. So working is you so like work in the industry workforce, you need to solving problems and effectively and efficiently. So always need to learn and open to learn. And the major difference I have to say is I earn more more than before, which give me better life quality and some free time after half a year, around half a year, because the first few months is for me enter in a new industry, it does take a lot of time to pick up new things, know the background of the like cybersecurity, and also learn a lot of tools. But once you build the entire pipeline, your daily work could be much more relaxed than the first few months. Yeah, but I still feel very satisfied.
Okay, great, thanks. I think the pay is one of the motivations. And actually, I do wondering, do you work remotely or you are work in person for this job?
I work hybrid. Sorry, it's my dog. Yeah. So for our companies, I work 3 day in and 3 day on site and 2 day at home.
Thank you. Yeah, I think hybrid is also very popular, or fully remote is very popular in the data fields. But some company do require you to in person, but some companies start to require 4 days a week for the work. I have some friends, they told me they start to work 4 days instead of 5 days a week. But which means like 4 days you had to put more effort. But you can get a three days relax. I think that's also could be potential. There will be another reason to get the job in this field. I have a question from Shreya. Can you share any memorable projects or experience from the bootcamp that help shape your understanding of data scientists?
There's quite a few projects. So I think there's projects about machine learning and also big data and also your final portfolio projects. Well, for those ones, it's not the major that I used for my interview. And the major one will be the real climb project, which is I involved in a major media company to do a chatbot. And I think currently WeCloud still have the tight connections with that company, and you will have the chance to involve in the related project as well.
Thank you. Yeah, now I think another student also in that project and also land a job. I believe it's very popular because ChatGPT is all relevant to NLP. So NLP is very trending experience to help student land a job. Okay, so now I don't have any question from my side, and I will leave like a question to the audience. And if you are new to join, or if you have questions, please feel free to ask Maggie, and who is data scientist and from cybersecurity company. And so she can share any information about our bootcamp, or how she becomes successful with the support of the bootcamp, or by his personal experience to able to land job. Yeah, if you have any question, feel free to post in the chat or share or unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome for questions.
And also then just share the BIM data. That is the after graduations, you will go to this company. So that's how there will be a few companies list. So we've been work with. So one of the project you may work is with this clients. And so when you go to interviews, oh, you're welcome, Nikki. Yeah, Nick, sorry.
Thank you, Nikki.
So one of the benefits for this company, because once you put on your resume, you can list these companies as part of your experience. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So I can show you the structure of the typical resume. It's very important for you to get interview with your proper resume. If your resume is not ready, it's not really relevant to your knowledge or experience. Like if you don't have resume ready, it will be hard. So we just give me 1 second. Let me share another insight. Just I think I shared the wrong screen. Let me just reshare my screen. Here we go. So that is the company you will be work with after graduations. It's called Beam Data. So there will be lots of clients. You can put your put your resume here. There, I can just share another examples. So in the most of the in the most people, if you are do the self-learning or you go into different industry, like for example, if you are go to university and you learn some experience with project, but not really experience, because that's part of consider as a research or your personal portfolio project. And but the most important part is your real world experience. So in our companies, you can get just examples. So for example, in the company one, and you be maybe work with a machine learning model. So just leave the objective, the skill applied, implementation, and impact for this project. Second project, client project is also part of experience. You can list another relevant experience here. And also this other projects is what you complete during the bootcamp. And then you leave your education background. So the key skills you have to have is could be coding, analytics, machine learning, big data. It's really depends on the job descriptions. So that's why it's very important to get a suggestion from mentor, and they will give you they will help you polish your resume, give you some suggestions how to apply for that particular jobs or industry. So with this resume, you will go to the interviews, and also the coding part, the second round is for the coding. And that part you have to do lots of like coding practice using LeetCode, HackerRank, but normally you don't do it a lot during the bootcamp because you only need it before you go to the interviews. And I had to be I never see people really using the LeetCode skills in the real world for the data scientists because most of the time it's not that complex coding, and all the libraries already there. What you need is your industry domain knowledge, your relevant work experience, your problem solving skill, communication skill, and how you're able to showcase you will be the good candidates to fit this position. And they don't have time to test how good you are at coding, and have you able to complete like a project, like it's really based on what you can describe and how you showcase your knowledge. So that's just examples how the resume works. Another example, the layout still we will recommend in this this layout, the first name, like first and last name, the key skill, relevant experience, project, and education. So this is just examples. But we don't actually. I don't recommend you use this. This is this layout because sometimes there is a system they're not able to locate the skills, your skills or paragraph accurate. But this just example. So for the technical skill, like programming skill, knowledge, machine learning, statics, visualization, and big data. So these are the skills you all learn during the bootcamp, and that is the relevant experience from the BIM data, and that's your previous experience, and this probably your project you complete during the bootcamp. And yeah, so that's just a typical example. Any question? So if you have no more questions, and I just quick go through our website. If you're interested in any of courses, could be a bootcamp, could be a self-paced course. We have live sessions, live courses, lectures. We have self-paced lectures, and we have short courses. You can just take the part you want to learn, and we have the client projects. So for the data scientist, data analytics, and the data engineer, which you find you do lack of experience, you can join these courses as well. And this project as well is fit your need. How to understand, how to get maybe the curriculums or the course. You can just simply, for example, you can go to the data scientist full time, leave your contact information, and you can view the package. So the next start date is May 27th, and we're actually not gonna teaching any technical skills until June 3rd. So there will be orientation week. We just do the small customer journey project, and for students to get familiar with our learning portals and know each others, and have a team group project sessions. And we start teaching SQL in June 3rd. Yeah, so if you are interested, I think that's the right time for you to apply for this bootcamp. And this will be 3 months. And if you're interested in the part-time, next month we will have part-time courses. It will be 6 months. And this will be for the full-time, you will be automatically enrolled to the client project. For the part-time, is optional. Okay.